Hey you guys, in this video I am going to be tapping and scratching on a new pair of shoes that I purchased from Adidas, and to me these shoes sound amazing with the mic. I hope you love it. I wanted to start off with the bag and the box that they came in because it also sounds quite good. So approximately every year, I purchase a new pair of, usually there's some form of like running shoes. I don't use them for running, I use them for dance classes. But I found that they have like more flexibility, and that's better for me in the dance classes. So, okay, here's the box. Sounds so good. So usually when I get shoes each year, for the last, I would say, probably 4 years, I've gotten a pair of Nike shoes that look very similar to these. You'll see on Amazon, and they're usually around anywhere between like $80 to $100-ish, and I use them constantly for a year, and then I just purchase a new set. So that's an expense that I just know I'm going to have each year because I use the shoes a lot and they just like wear down completely. But this year I needed to get my shoes here in Egypt because I'm not going to be visiting the US anytime soon, at least, so I needed to purchase them here, which honestly I can't believe how expensive clothing and shoes are in Egypt. It's unbelievable, especially considering that the amount that people make is so much lower than the amount made in the US, so unbelievable. I had to pay, I think it was $130 US for these, and again, normally it's like 80 would be the lowest, 100 the max. So for the max, for this was the cheapest that I could find of like a good quality shoe that will last like for a year. And like really, I can't get over the amount that people have to pay for these for clothing and shoes here. It's outrageous to me. I think most Egyptians would agree though. And I was told that typically you have to be quite careful when you're going to get shoes because there are many fakes out there. And you'll be charged the same amount for the fake brand. And it's not always, I don't know, maybe because I'm a foreigner, everyone was protective, like you're going to get the wrong one for sure. But apparently it's maybe harder to know if it's a real or fake. So I went and purchased these. Again, they look exactly like all my other shoes, but they're just Adidas instead of Nike. So I'm going to take them out and start tapping and scratching on them. Okay, I'll bring the box back later because it sounds so good, but I just want to get into the shoes for you guys. So when I went to the store, I knew that I was going to have some problems trying to find shoes because I've looked in lots of different shoe stores here already over time, and it's just been like they're just way too expensive. And another problem that I have, at least, is that all the women's sizes available in shops tend to be a lot smaller than my size. I have really big feet. I wear a size 9.5 in US sizing, which I believe is 39.5 in European sizing. And typically they have like lots and lots of 6s and 7s here, 7.5 even, and then it's harder to find 8s, very hard to find 9s, let alone 9.5 for a woman. So I knew that it was going to be a bit more challenging to find shoes here from my previous experiences working in the shops, but a friend of mine told me about outlets here, and you can, honestly the outlet we went to, it was more just like a regular shop, but it was bigger than a standard shop by a bit. Thankfully I did that, went to an outlet shop, and then after searching through the women's section, literally did not have my size almost anywhere. There was like one pair that they did have a 9.5 in for women's, but it was, I don't remember the problem with it. Maybe it was like super expensive or something had been wrong with it, I can't remember. And then after a while searching in the women's section, I was just like, yeah, this is they don't have my size. So I was like, I'm going to the men's section now. So I went over to the men's section and I tried on one of the men's shoes, but they're like, even though like it fit my foot better like lengthwise, it was like I felt like I was wearing like a brick on my shoes, like really wide, and my foot's not very wide, it's like thin, but it's just longer, I don't know. So finally I saw these, and they're made very like more thin, they're not like bulky, and I tried them on and voila, thankfully they fit and I've got them. My friend who went with me, like we thought we were going to have to go to like 6 different shops to even find something, so we actually ended up, once we realized the idea of just going into the men's section, we were able to find shoes in the first shop, so it was perfect. And yeah, like I kid you not, most of the shoes like would be $200 to $300 and often more, which to me, I've never spent that much on a shoe in my life. Like this is literally probably the most I've ever spent on a shoe in my life. 130. It's not even a question to me, like I know that's the most I've ever spent on a shoe. Okay, so the reason that I wanted to get these now as opposed to later is because I have a little bit of an exciting thing to share. Where does this shoelace come out here? Okay. I am going to be traveling to Italy in like 3 days, you guys. If you're on Patreon, you already knew this, probably from videos. But I don't know that I've shared it on the main channel yet, so maybe once, I'm not sure. So I'm going to Italy and I'm so excited. I'm going for 10 days and I will make videos for you guys there per usual. I'm really excited to film in another country because I just really enjoy getting you guys videos from different places. A lot of you express excitement over getting to kind of travel with me, so I'm really excited about that. And I knew that there's a portion of the trip in an area called Cinque Terre, which is in Italian, it's like 5 cities. So it's this area, many of you probably know of it. I didn't know about it prior to this trip, but it's an area where you can go and hike between these 5 cities. It's along the Mediterranean Sea, so you see the sea, it's quite beautiful, and lots of really colourful homes like along the hike. It just seems like really, really fun. And I'm going with one of my family members, and I'm so excited to have time with this family member. And she really likes to hike, so we're going to hike that area. And I knew that I've like pain in one of my toes from kicking it into a chair 7 years ago, trying to make sure a little nugget of mine did not fall down. And I've had that pain ever since. And I get it when I walk for too long. Right now the call to prayer just came on, and I'm just going to leave it for this video. I don't usually, but once in a while I do. In Egypt, the call to prayer goes off 5 times in a day. The name of this particular time is called Maghrib. And so Muslims pray during those 5 times a day. Not all Muslims do pray at those exact times, but many do. So I'll let you hear it in the background a bit. I love this, the tread here, it's really sounding nice. I wore these one time already, and then I cleaned the bottoms so that I could make sounds with them for you guys. I wanted to wear them once before my trip to break them in, make sure that I was comfortable. But because of the toe injury, I knew I needed to get new shoes for hiking. Like, these are not hiking shoes, but I would never actually buy hiking shoes because I don't particularly enjoy hiking. But I love my family members, so I'm going to hike. And this is kind of this is a whole different experience. So I wanted to put my money into shoes for this coming year for dance, and get to use them also, just have more support in a newer shoe as opposed to one that's like really worn down, to support my little toe. It's so funny, you guys. I've talked about my little toe for many years. Like, again, this is 7 years ago, and still to this day I got 2 x-rays done on that little toe, and no one could ever see a problem with it. They're like, that looks great. Like, it doesn't feel great, so there's probably something wrong in there. It might, it could have been a little stress fracture, I think it's called, that like you just can't see very well in an x-ray, but it never got healed. So I have to wear like really good shoes. I usually wear Dr. Scholl's shoes, and they are awesome. All my boots are Dr. Scholl's, all my sandals are Dr. Scholl's, but Dr. Scholl's I don't think has tennis shoes. Maybe they do. I've looked it up before and haven't found that, but it could have changed. So I just tried to find really supportive tennis shoes. Honestly, I think I'd prefer to hike in my Dr. Scholl's like boots, but it's just not possible because of the terrain, but it'd be better for my toe. Guys, there is a QR code on my shoe, and if you put your phone on it and pull up the QR code, it starts playing running music. It's really cool. It has like a playlist of music. I thought that was quite cute. I don't know, that was really cool. So we're going to go to Florence. We're flying into Florence. I think we're going to be there for two nights. Then we will go on a train from Florence to one of the cities of Cinque Terre. We're staying there in an Airbnb for 2 nights. And then we're going to a place called Turin, Turin. And Turin is a place I had never heard of, but it's kind of on the border between France and Italy. And the reason we're going there is because one of my best friends is in France, the one I have travelled to see twice now and done videos for you in France with. She and her family are going to meet up with us in Turin because they actually moved and they live they live in an area that's about 3 hours from there, and we will be about 3 hours from there, so we're going to meet in the middle in Turin and spend one night together there in an Airbnb with all of us. And I'm so excited because I miss my nuggets so much. I call her twin boys, well, I call all children nuggets, but I call them nuggets very often. I get to see them. I lived with them for 8 months, so I'm in love with them. And she's the one who had the baby girl when I went to France to help when the baby was born. And so I get to see her. She's turning 1. For those of you who have been with the channel for over a year, you probably remember this. She was born when I went to France for that purpose, to help my friend when her baby was born. So she's going to be turning 1. We're trying to find a little baby Egyptian dress for her birthday. So tomorrow I'll go and get a gift for her and for my friend because her birthday passed and I didn't see her. So, and then also for the nuggets, the boys, the twin boys who I've shared many a story about. Look at this part, it's like super stretchy. That's kind of cool. I like that. These are the shoelaces. I found out in Arabic it's called robot gezm, shoelaces, or is it robot gezma? I think it's, anyway, it's like plural or singular of shoes, but robot gezm, one of those. So on the inside it says Sense Boost Go Adidas, and the inside of the little tongue, as we call it, the tongue of the shoe. I love it. I wore these, like I said, one time. Actually, I put them on right after I purchased them to walk in the area where we were, so I could like get them to kind of break in and make sure they don't bother me. Make sure that I get them, because you don't want to get like rubbing parts on your heel that are not used to it in a hike when you're wanting to be comfortable. But I had no problems with it. It didn't make me uncomfortable at all, so I don't feel like I need to walk in them a ton before going to break them in there. It's like super soft here, and it felt like I was like walking on a cloud. I've never had that with a tennis shoe, and this part has some sort of technology, because it literally felt like I was like floating on every step. Okay, let's tie this little shoelace. Robot gezma. Forgive me if I'm saying the wrong one. Robot gezma. Sounds like robot, but it's not. Robot. Okay, I'm just going to get the box and place these on the box. Okay, I want you to hear the box a little bit more, but I didn't want to spend too long on it before getting to the shoes. never been to Italy before. Typically, I'm not super excited about traveling to Europe. I really get excited for Asian and Middle Eastern countries for some weird reason. I don't know, that's just my thing. So I've never really had an interest, but I am Italian and have never been to Italy, and that's what inspired the trip. I want to see how my tribe functions in real life. I think I have shared this on Patreon recently, but if you don't know what Patreon is, I'm sorry, I need to remember to talk about it when I explain what it is. Patreon is a place where you can support the channel and get little rewards. For example, exclusive videos, and I do behind the scenes videos. For some reason I show you a lot of my food, things like that. There may or may not be a good amount of dog videos, puppy videos around the area. There's cute puppies next to me. And yeah, so there's always a link for Patreon in the description box of all of my videos. I love to get to know you guys better there. And yeah, it's just a good way we can chat a bit more through the app basically. So that's Patreon. So yes, I put a video on there and I shared a bit about this, but I'll share again here now because the trip is coming and I want to prepare you for some videos from Italy. So I'm Italian, but I've never been to Italy, and growing up I did not grow up around other Italian families. It was just my family, and I did not realise that all the attributes my family had were attributed to Italian culture. I just thought, this is my family. There was no one around me to say, oh, there's another Italian family that's like mine and we're different from all the others. Therefore, this is Italian culture. I had no idea. I was much older when I realised that, and it was because I was watching The Cake Boss, which is a show based on an Italian family living in New Jersey that has a cake business. And I was watching seasons of this show and I was like, this is just like my family. And it occurred to me, oh my gosh, we're extremely Italian even though we've never lived in Italy. We've carried on the culture quite strong without ever having lived there. Me, that side of the family, my great-grandparents are the ones who lived in Italy. So it's lots of generations, but boy, did we hold on to that culture. So I think it would be quite funny to see other people like me. And you know what? Honestly, Egyptian culture, Middle Eastern cultures sometimes are quite similar to an Italian culture, I think, and quite very passionate, loud, aggressive people. and also very romantic. Egyptians are very romantic too. Strong. We talk with our hands, as you guys know. Lot of exaggeration. I try to steer clear of that because that's just annoying to me sometimes. But really, it's everything's well, you've seen this in me. Everything's I get excited for every video. When I start, I'm I'm so excited for this video. That's Italian. I just didn't know it until I watched The Cake Boss. It's a bit hard to see, but there's these little lines along here, and they make a really interesting sound. Feels like this, yeah, it just has a really nice base, very lightweight. and it feels like you're walking on a cloud. This is a really strong material. You can hear the texture to it, and then it's very soft in here. I love the ridges of the fabric here. And this bit, I don't know if you've heard it, it's kind of got that squeaky scratch to it. And then that's the thing that I love about shoe videos. Shoes have lots of different types of materials on them, so you just get lots of different sounds. I want you to see these lines, just the tiniest of ridges that go all along here. You can hear it. Did you guys see my nails? The little bats. I love this set. I actually did wear these last year too, the kiss nails. And sometimes if you purchase kiss nails, you can actually get 2 sets of nails out of the one package, because they usually come with 28 nails. And of course, you only need 10 for one set. If you can find another 10 that fit the nail beds for you, you can actually get a second set. So I saved them for this year because I really like them. This is my favourite nail though. I love that. Second favourite, obviously. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed. The sound of these shoes. There's a no talking version if you'd like to check that out. It's already up on the channel, and I'll put a link to that for you guys. So thank you for everything, and I hope you get excited for videos in Italy, and I love and appreciate you guys very, very much. Bye for now. Hey you guys. So in this video I will be tapping and scratching on my friend's shoe collection, primarily her heels and boots, starting with the black heel. It's got a little bow on the front and a little kind of jingly bit here, gold. It's got a pattern on it like this, checkered pattern, but not checkered, blanket, like, I don't know, boxes, quilted, that's kind of what it is. It's like a quilted look in a way. Actually, I love the sound of the heel. So it's like a really shiny black. And looks like there's a tag on the bottom, but it's basically off. Let's pull that off. It says size 41 on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it very well there, a bit better. So European sizing for shoes. I have no idea what size I am in a European size chart for shoes. I am a 9.5 in the US, which is very big actually. It's a really big shoe size because I'm between 5'5" and 5'6", let's say 5'5.5". And most women that I've had told don't have like such a giant shoe size, but I do. And so my friend is very tall. She's so tall, significantly taller than I am. And so yeah, she wears, I think her size is like, we'll see on some of the others, but maybe an 11 in the US sizing. I like this. So I'm really thankful to my friend who's letting us borrow his shoes this week for some videos. Actually borrowed them for a custom video originally, but the person who wanted to do the custom video had something really hard happen, so I decided to kind of do her video but a little bit different. And then that was the walking video that I did recently. That's supposed to be a custom video, but long story short, I hope she still can enjoy it, but she had a major life disruption. This is really difficult, so and yeah, I decided since I had her shoes I would do a whole shoe collection video for you. This next shoe is my favourite of them all, and I think it's probably the only shoe, maybe of this collection. I think maybe two of them would be my style, but maybe just one. This is really, I really love this. I love it so much. It's got these like black pom-poms and these little studs for the ankle kind of wrap. And my favourite heels always have this, like this ankle thing. I don't like heels without it for some weird reason. I honestly have no idea, but they're more flattering on me, or I don't know. I like them better when they have this. So they're like these soft little black pom-poms, and then the studs in between them. And I like the mix of those two things very much. It's like playful and edgy, and yeah, that makes sense why I kind of like that. So then there's the zipper on the back of the heel. You can zip that up, and I actually really love that zipper on the back too. I love that. This is the company Otto, O-T-T-O, Otto, I don't know, it's a size 40. A lot of the sizing in Egypt is more European sizing than US sizing, which makes sense based on where it is in the world. The bottom of this one's really nice. You know, I just realised I should probably explain my nails for those of you that are new to the channel or haven't been with my channel for some time or seen a video for some time, because that is super random if you don't know. Okay, sorry, probably should have started with that. Well, we are doing something here called the Nail Olympics this week, and the reason is because for the last probably 3 weeks I've had long nails on this side and short on this side, and you guys kept asking me, why do you have that? And the reason is because I've worn these long fake nails for over 2 years now, just because I love the sounds they make. They're actually a lot easier to take care of than my natural nails for ASMR, because when I had natural nails for, I don't know, probably 4+ years, on this channel, and I always wanted them long to like kind of make sounds and stuff, but it was difficult to keep them long and strong, and I have to like paint my nails like 3 times a week when I did that, and I had to like fix them all the time. And honestly, I started having like stress dreams about my nails breaking, because like when they would break I'd be like, no. If like, you know, one broke, I could like, okay, I could still like sort of tap, but once 2 were gone, I was like, well, I gotta just cut them all short and start again. So I'd start like from this short again, and then so some videos would be all short natural nails, and then they would grow out and some would break, and it was like a, you know, it's just like a lot of work actually. And that sounds funny in comparison to like thinking it's probably worked to put the fake nails on, but honestly it's way less stressful. It's super great, because if one of these breaks, well, glue another one on. It's not your real nail. And yeah, the process can be a bit long. I think I've sped it up over time with different methods of removing and applying fake nails. But I just, yeah, I do prefer them. I can like tap harder without them hurting at all. I can scratch really well without them breaking. So anyway, I do love the fake ones, and I can get like crazy designs, and they're really, yeah, fun. I love them. I enjoy them so much. It's weird. Even after 2 years of putting them on, you'd think I would have, you know, gotten tired of them. But no, every week I get excited to put the new one on. I'm going on to the next shoe here. I will keep explaining this. But this is a tan shoe with like this transparent kind of plastic bit here. And it's interesting, but like, this is the other one that I think I might wear. It doesn't, when I saw this I was just like, a shoe. It's not like, didn't draw my attention, but when I was wearing it for the try on walking in it video, which I'll try to link that below, as well as the no talking version of this, but they looked really cute with jeans, so I was into them. This is also a 41. But yeah, continuing on with the nails. I'd worn them for so long, and I'm right-handed. I do lots of you know, laundry, and laundry means here not just using the washing machine, but drying it on a line. And then so it's just like, and like, I don't know, you just break things when you're doing that, you know, or pull back on the nail, and that pulls back on your natural nail, etc. Dishes, cleaning. So just even like opening the door to a taxi, it's happened where like it kind of pulls the nail back a bit, because these are super long. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous in a way, you know. It's like, but I've gotten used to them. But since I'm right-handed, I do sometimes have things like that happen. So 2 or 3 of my nail beds on this side were just like a bit injured, and I wanted to give them a break. I wanted them to grow back really strong and not have any chance of being pulled back again. So I kept my right hand. I think the camera's probably flipped. It probably looks like my left hand. This is my right hand. I kept them short. So in the last 2.5 weeks when I was filming, I kept getting questions about them. And I was like filming a video one day. I was filming like one of my bath products videos. And I was like, why not have them compete against it? Why not do videos where like I tap on things with both style of nail and see what you guys like most? And then somehow I got this idea of like the Olympics and started laughing at myself, and I thought it was pretty funny, so I thought you guys might think it was funny. So yeah, anyway, all that to say, we've been doing the nail Olympics, which are fake nails competing against natural nails in all sorts of events such as tapping. There'll probably be scratching, and then one other, which you can still vote on, by the way, on the community tab. So yeah, that's what's going on with the videos this week. If you're wondering why my nails look like this, see, this is the Olympic logo, like with the circles, blue, yellow, black, green, red, and the gold is for like the metals, the gold metal. Ooh, that's nice. surface to it. I've never had that in a shoe. It was really weird when I was walking in it. See that? What is that about? I mean, you can tell it's intentional, but I've never had that. It's got a jingly bit here, which is nice. I like that around the ankle there. Bit of a jingle. Oh yeah, look, see again? It's got that ankle thing, which I like. And I guess that's a company called Christina. It's a Crestina. So Christina Mopkin, I mean maybe. Okay, let's go to the next shoe. I'm actually going to grab, let's see, this boot. Let's go for this boot. I love the sound of this boot. From a brand called Omega. I almost said Omega because the 40 of the size, it's size 41. It's in a circle and then it says Mega, so I thought it was Omega, but it's just Mega. So this is a 41. All ridged here. It's kind of like, what is this material? It's like almost like rubber. Plasticky rubber, if that's possible, if that's a thing. There's even a ridge along here. Like a section that's got some ridging on it. Right on the edge, and then it's just really nice. Oh, that's a good tapping sound in my opinion. I love it. So the zipper's on the side of this boot. I think that's really cute. I like boots. I don't really like the style of this one that much, but I do really like boots. It's got these shoelaces here, laces with some gold bits on the end. See the button. Okay. You can see there's like a 41 here. There. You can see it better. There's nice grooves here. Let's get the it's harder for these ones because they're kind of small. this kind of material. Tab here, and the kind of tongue of the shoe feels quite sturdy, that shoe. This next shoe is the same as the first, but it's in this like kind of beige colour. I usually don't say things like this. I really don't like this shoe. It is not my... It's not that it's a bad shoe. It's not that it's not great on my friend, because this fits her style and it looks great on her. But for me, it's like... I really don't like this shoe. There it is. But I will say I love the sound of it. This is from a company called Deja Vu. There are many Deja Vu shoe stores in Egypt. I see them all the time. And I did go in one with my friend. I'm going to show you this really cool boot that she has, that she also got from Deja Vu. I'll show that to you last because it's got a whole box and packaging and everything. Okay, yes. I've got one more heel, and then I'll show you those boots I was talking about. This is just a plain heel with like a velvety finish. And I love this like star on the bottom. What brand? This is also Deja Vu. I don't know why, but it has this star on the bottom, and that's the only thing I like about this shoe. You know, I think it's the shape of the shoe. I don't like shoes in this shape. But again, the sound is so nice. But I love this random star. Heel is also this texture, and it's kind of cool. It just feels really nice. I really love this sound. The bottom of this heel sounds so nice. Sorry, I even heard a kid like shout outside and I couldn't even get myself to stop tapping. Usually if I hear any sound I make like a motion to the camera so that when I'm editing I don't miss that edit out of that sound. But I even heard the kid and I couldn't even stop. I'm so sorry. It just sounds so good. Ooh la la. Okay, so next I'm going to grab the box of the boots I was talking about. They're really cool. But I'm going to change the angle of the camera for that because the bag and the box are quite large. So let's grab that. Okay. So I've got the bag. This is also deja vu. I know it's backwards, but sorry about that. At some point I don't know why, but it started filming like backwards and I usually don't flip it if there's only like one tracing moment in the whole video. But if there's more than one, like if there's multiple tracing moments or words, then I try to flip it. Nice bag, such a nice bag. See if I can move the box. There we go. So it's kind of funny, but in Egypt these are also numbers. So this is 7, I believe, and 8. From my direction though, this is the 7, this is the 8. Anyway. Let's pull I've got one in here, the other one's out here, but I wanted you to get to hear some of the sounds. So the boots came with this like nice cover, and they also came with like styrofoam and things in them to hold the shape of the boot and such. But this is the boot I was mentioning before. It's really fun, goes really high, and I love the sounds that it makes. It's got kind of like blocky, you know, kind of like a faux snakeskin hook. Not really, but blocking like that, and then it's got this nice scratchy bit on the side. So It's got a really thick sole, kind of like double, and the bottom has these great ridges. Don't worry, I will wash my hands very well after this video. Very, very well, because this part feels, it's kind of like a really thick, almost like rubber, but foamy, like it feels like rubber foam, I don't know. Let's put this here and show you on top here. There's a little emblem or something. Let's look closer. I guess that's the Deja Vu logo. And then it has a zipper that goes up the entire side of the boot, the whole thing. Let's see if it's a tricky zipper or an easy one. Let's try. I'm going to just give it a little pull. Okay. Quite easy. So my friend who lent the shoes to us, she has one of my favourite ASMR channels. She's Egyptian. I've talked about her many times. She's one of my best friends. I love her so much. And honestly, her videos are so relaxing. Her voice is my all-time favourite voice of any ASMR artist I've ever come across. She's just naturally like a relaxing person to listen to. Like, we hang out all the time and like she'll be like cutting vegetables and I'm like falling asleep watching, just because she does things so naturally, like ASMR like. And she's watched ASMR for like 10 years and just started her channel maybe a year, maybe 3 months back, something like that. So if you ever want to check out her channel, I mention it often, but it's called Soft Whispers. Soft whispers. Soft whispers. If I remember, I'll put a link to her channel in the description box. That's a lot of links I just said. I'll put the video where I'm walking in the shoes as like a trigger, then I'll put the no talking version, and if I remember, I'll also put my friend's channel, a link to her channel. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the sounds of all the shoes. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Nail Olympics. I did an opening ceremonies video. If you didn't see that, it came out right before the first event video, right before the first tapping video. Thank you for everything, you guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Bye for now. Hey you guys. In this video, I am going to be tapping and scratching on my friend's shoe collection while I softly speak with you. And this is a custom video for an anonymous subscriber And of course I understand wanting to be anonymous. If you ever want to do a custom video and be anonymous, that's perfectly okay with me, of course. But I'm super excited for this video because I love shoe tapping, scratching, and I think it's definitely one of my favorite types of ASMR video. So I hope you guys enjoy. I am starting off with this black boot, and there's some great tread on the bottom here, these little pieces here. The heel's got a bit of a scratch to it here. The zipper is nice and sturdy. The shoes really feels like a really good quality shoe. Some laces here. Okay, let's grab the next one. Got some earrings on today. This is actually a bit of gold colour. It's kind of like almost like a mesh type material with this design on it. And there's this gold stripe in the back here, with a buckle attached that goes around the ankle. Here's the little buckle. And again, you'll get to see her wearing these at the end and how they look on. There's kind of a nice design along the side here and on the ridges on the bottom. Very ripply sounding. I know I'm kind of making that word up, but that's okay. I actually know a person called Ripley. That's the name, Ripley. I love it. And this part on the front is kind of like knitted. The inside has a pretty, standard feel for the inside of a shoe like this. Let's grab, here we go, another. This is a shoe from the company called Pull and Bear, like a tennis shoe. It's got that squeaky scratch on the side here. This is the only shoe that she won't use in the walking portion, but all the rest are in that portion. I like the colours of this shoe. It seems to be quite good quality. kind of a grey-blue colour. There's you can see it says Pull and Bear inside here. My friend is quite tall, so her shoes are big, and I actually wear like quite a large shoe for my height, so they're not like way too big for me, but they are too big, so they wouldn't have fit properly if I did the walking in them. But so actually these shoes are, if you know my friend Sarah, I did a video with her recently. These are her shoes, and by the way, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching that video with Sarah in it. We did some tapping together, and I shared about her ASMR channel and a bit of how we met, and it's a cute story because I don't know, it was quite fitting. She actually had an ASMR channel as well when we met, and that's quite rare in Egypt, so it's a sweet story. But I wanted to thank you guys so much for going and supporting her channel. I put a link to her video and her channel in the description box of that video, and you guys, thank you for going and supporting her. It meant so much to her, and it meant so much to me, because like, you guys are so sweet and kind and supportive, and it really was quite meaningful. Thank you for doing that. And yeah, I will put the link to her channel again down below if you'd like to check out her channel. It's called Sarah's ASMR. Sarah with an H, and then it's 'S, Sarah's ASMR. I love her very much, and so thanks Sarah for letting us use your shoes for this video. I could not use my shoes for the shoe collection video because I only have like maybe 5 pair of shoes with me in Egypt, and they're all completely dirty. They're not pretty like these. But yeah, Sarah and I went to a shoe store maybe like a month ago or so together, and I had been mentioning earlier that my feet are like, actually I have really large feet for my height. Like I'm about 5'5", and I wear a 9.5, which is quite large for that height. And so that I like almost fit in her size, but not quite. And she could barely believe it. We went to the shoe store together, and I'm kind of I haven't purchased shoes yet, but I'm eventually hoping to purchase some better shoes I use my tennis shoes for dance all the time in my like Zumba classes and dance classes and etc. And they wear down. I try to get new pair once a year because I use them so often. So I was looking into them here and seeing the prices and stuff, and we were sitting together, and I told the man that worked there that I needed a 9.5, a women's 9.5, and she could not believe it. She's like, wait, what? Like, she's significantly taller than I am, and I wear like just a slightly smaller size than her, and she thought like I was mixing up the numbers, like maybe in Arabic, or just you know there's European sizing here, so she thought I was probably mixing it up, but it turned out I just have a really big feet. Long feet, I guess I should say. I guess, 9.5. I think like average women's shoe size in the US is probably about 7 or something. So she was surprised, and the guy that worked there was surprised, and they did not have 9.5 in women's sizes in the whole store in Egypt. Women here have tiny feet. Like in the US, like, yes, my size is bigger, but you can always find 9.5. You can go to much larger than that for women's shoes. But in Egypt, I was in I was like some, I don't know, like Adidas or something, like a really standard shoe store, and they did not have 9.5 for women throughout the entire store. Like, it's not a size here. And so I don't know if that's the case all throughout Egypt, but I was surprised by that. And so they brought a shoe for me that's like basically a 9.5, the same size for me, but the men's version of that. And of course it doesn't fit because the men's shoes are wider. Like, they're still, even though it's like maybe the length is the same, they're like wider and bigger, you know, so they don't fit. But yeah, I mean, I know that I can probably find tennis shoes here that fit me, but they did not have them in that whole store because they just don't have women that come in with that size shoe. Okay, so this is a heel that I'm tapping on for you now. It's got quite a squeaky bottom. And I will go on to the next one because I've been tapping on that one for quite some time and talking about the other shoes. But this one is kind of a purple colour, and it's got these kind of fake like diamonds on the front. One long piece and then the 4 kind of corners there. I was joking with Sarah that like it's quite hard to wear heels walking in Egypt. If you're going out to something nice and you want to wear heels, like it's just hard because the ground is not always level where you're walking on the streets or going different places. It's like I commend any woman that's capable of wearing heels and walking throughout Egypt, because it's like, I don't know how, I would definitely fall over or like get stuck, and I don't know, just the roads are like, there's lots of divots and holes, and some parts are dirt, some parts are cement, some parts are asphalt, some parts are, you know, and yeah, so impressive to say the least, wearing like a heel. So I say that because these are some of her flats that tend to be easier to walk in. Like I can walk in like a heel that's like a boot heel, where it's like a wide and big heel. It's like, it's not like a tiny, you know, stick that you're going to get stuck somewhere. So yeah, I'm talking about like the heels where it's like a thin, small point, you know, even a thicker point. I need like the full-blown heel to be a, like, how do I put it? The back of the shoe's heel, like if it's a boot and the heel's like quite thick, then like I said, that's okay, I can do that, but not like an actual thin, high heel shoe. I will show you one in a moment that I guess my friend has only worn once for the same reason. She wore it to the event she had planned to wear it to, but like had to take them off kind of right away because like, you just can't. It's difficult. And then she's never worn them since. This is like kind of a dark blue colour. So this is the shoe I'm talking about. It's really cute. But yeah, she's only worn them once. But they look really beautiful on her. I'll show you at the end. This is my favourite type of heel in terms of having that bit that goes around the ankle. I love that look. So when I've had heels, I do tend to get them with the ankle piece there. I'm trying to do the zip. So there's like kind of these little studs and then little, almost like a pom-pom, not pom-pom, but like a poof. Cotton ball that's black, I don't know. It's cute though. So yeah, this kind of point is difficult. This is the company, Otto. There. You can see she's size 40, that's European sizing of shoes. Kind of a velvety feel down there. Another scratchy and ridged bottom, very soft. I like the sound of this, it's really nice. Sole of the shoe. Thank you guys, by the way, for all the custom videos recently. There've been so many recently. It's been really fun. I love it. I usually get, I would say, maybe like 5 or 6 people reaching out for custom videos each month. But for some reason this month I get requests for them almost every other day. I've gotten requests. It's been fun to get those videos put out for you guys. Okay, this is another flat. Again, kind of that similar dark blue, almost looks black in certain lights. I don't know if any of these shoes are real leather or if they're faux leather, but I think it's either real or faux here. Oh, and you know, I know nothing about shoes. It could be a completely different material. That's what it looks like to me and feels like, but hard to say. There's kind of these nice little designs. And the inside sounds really nice. But I'm a bit surprised, this is a bit hard back here. It sounds good, but I would think that would not be great feeling on the back of the heel. Ooh, that sounds nice. It looks like she's worn these a good amount though, and they're probably very comfortable and worn in for her. I'm like starting to make a list of things that I need to get when I'm back in the US. I'm hoping to travel there just for a few weeks to visit, and then I'll come back to Egypt. One of the things is The shoes that I like to use are Dr. Scholl's always, because I have issues with injuries on my toes, and or like feet and toes. But I always use these Dr. Scholl's shoes. They're really cute actually. If you ever need really supportive shoes that are cute, Dr. Scholl's actually has a great selection. I have like really cute booties, boots, sandals, everything. I just have chosen to like wear only those for the support. So I highly recommend that. I just go on Amazon and I just search Dr. Scholl's boots or Dr. Scholl's. They're the cute stuff. You can't tell it's a Dr. Scholl's shoe. You would not even realise. So that's one of the things that when I'm in the US I'd like to grab. This shoe is is this suede, velvet? I don't know. I'm not good with these things, but I'll let you hear the sound of it. You can tell me what it is. The inside's just kind of the standard shoe sounds. Material usually is used. Kind of this like nude colour. So what is that? Is it like a velvet suede? I don't know. I don't even know what suede is. Just maybe you guys tell me what this is. I shouldn't even be guessing. But it sounds nice. Has like a pointed toe, obviously all black. I love this little star here, it's so cute. Bit of a nice detail there. It's ridged, but it seems she's worn this heel maybe a bit more than what she says she wore with the other, because it does feel like it's a bit more worn than the others. Maybe she's had it longer, worn it to more weddings or something. I feel like you can wear these to weddings and stuff. It's just like getting to and from is the difficult part. But once you're in the wedding hall or whatever place the wedding is being held, of course, then it's easy to walk in there. As easy as it is to walk in heels, of course, but it's the ground in Egypt that's the difficult part. You can kind of see the texture. I'm trying to move to get the light to hit the shoe where you can see the texture a bit. Hey you guys! So in this video I'm actually just going to simply be tapping and scratching on my tap shoes, cleaning them a bit with you guys, and just chatting with you about my dance history, my dance story. One of you requested this in the last Q&A. It was a question like, you wanted me to do a video talking about like traveling or dancing or both. Anyway, I never got to the dancing portion. I did a travel video, so I thought I would share that with you today. As we tap on the tap shoes. Very poetic. Poetic tingles. So, let's see. I've not planned this, guys, so I'm just going to share from the beginning. So, let's see. I actually did not start dancing in like dance classes, like formal classes, until I was about, let's see, 11, no, that can't be right. 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know, like 11, 10 years old or something. And I would say most dancers start younger. So I didn't start like formally taking classes until 10 years old. However, I was told by my family members many times that anytime music got turned on in the house, I started dancing immediately, and they took note that I was able to kind of follow the beat even if I'd never heard the song before. So I guess if they put on like some kind of music I hadn't heard, a song I hadn't heard, they'd see me still like stopping at the right spots, and they were like, what's going on there? How did she know to do that? So it just is like in my bones. I have a family member who's an incredible musician, and genetically I think that's where the rhythm section came from. And that kind of artistry in that realm came from. So it was just in the blood, you know? So I remember also doing gymnastics and ice skating before ever taking a dance class. So I was put in some ice skating classes, and I remember doing that. And then gymnastics I think came next, but I feel like they were only like a year, maybe not like a long time. Like I wasn't like passionate about either of them. Like I liked them, they were like in the vein of my interest but not quite there. So I guess when we started the dance classes, that was when it was like, this is my jam, I love this. These are completely worn out. The sole is supposed to look like this, and they're completely worn out. So I'm just kind of dusting them a bit, getting them a bit more shiny. I actually have some wet wipes that I'm probably going to use on them. This, what you see on the toe, that's just from actually going on the toe. To a certain degree, and like certain kind of tap moves, I don't know, you just hit this part of your toe, so it messes up the actual shoe there. So I'm going to grab some wet wipes and then continue to share. I've got this little pack here. It came in a pack of 3, so it's got this like yellow tape around it. Let's grab 2. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the wet wipe and just dry it immediately. You don't want to like let these get too wet. It's just like a faux leather type material. Yeah, so let's see, the first classes I did were like a jazz and a hip hop class. I was very young. And I loved the classes so much. And I went then I did ballet classes and tap classes, but my passions were in hip hop and what I called lyrical dance, which is like, maybe it's not quite contemporary. It's like a very emotional, slower version of jazz. Contemporary's different, but it's like the closest I could like give a name that like people know well from like dance shows and stuff. So I was in classes and I was in dance teams in school. I did something called drill team, which taught me like kind of sharpness of moves. That's where you do like the hand movements walking down the street with a band. I was in something called an auxiliary guard, where you spin flags and rifles, which is weird to say looking back, but spin rifles and swords. I didn't do the swords. What did we call those? They're not called swords, they're called sabers, I think. Anyway, one's just called a rifle. It's not really a rifle, obviously. So weird looking back on that. Maybe we just flip those around. Gosh, that is really bizarre. Threw them in the air, caught them. It was like a very military-esque type of again, you're marching behind like a band, and you're like doing these things and we call them field shows. Did any of you guys do field shows if you were in the band or in the auxiliary guard? So yeah, that's what I did. But that was when I realized like there was a dance company that I could be a part of, and a lot of my closest friends were going to continue doing this auxiliary guard. This was in high school, and I just really wanted to dance. And looking back, I think I'm kind of proud of myself. I don't remember ever being too affected. Like my closest friends were going to stay in that group, but I love to dance, and I felt like that was my passion. I wanted to be in this dance team. I remember going to see this dance company, actually. I saw the company perform a few times in high school before I could actually be a part of it. You have to be like a certain age to be a part of this dance company. And you guys, I was inspired beyond belief. I would go home in my room and just dance and like feel just put music on that was similar to what I heard, and like pretend and imagine I'm on the stage. I love to perform. I love dancing. It's just my favorite thing. So yeah, I just decided, I really prefer to get more dance training and to be in this dance team. Like, it wasn't even a question for me. So I auditioned for that dance company, and that's what I learned the most I've ever learned in my dancing career. It was like I just like blossomed. I got to learn so many different techniques. Again, lyrical, which again is like a emotional, slower version of jazz, I guess you could say, and hip hop are my favorites. But we did a lot. Like, I got to learn more technique, because since I didn't start dance super early, I wasn't like super trained with technique. It's called technique is like your leaps, your jumps, your turns, keeping your body in the correct positions. So ballet is really the foundation for jazz, contemporary, modern, all those dance forms. So even though ballet was not my favorite, it's something you have to do and know in order to do the other styles well. So I loved being in that company. I was in that company for 2 years. It was my favorite dance experience in terms of, just like you're with all these other people. You perform multiple times in a year. We did a show that's like a week-long show that every night you perform, and then there's like weekends where you just perform twice, and it's just like rehearsals all day, every day, but it's like a community feeling, so you're with a group of people, and it's really special. And just learned a lot. I learned a lot about lighting, music, choreography. Choreography is creating the dances, the routines. And I got to my second year in that dance company. I was like I I don't know, it was called like the president of the company. I don't know, I was like the leader of the company is in terms of dancers, I guess you could say. And so that was a really cool opportunity, and it's just, yeah, I just am so passionate about it. I just love it so much. I love dance because you can express yourself fully and tell stories and process the depths of life in this form of art. It's very meaningful to me. I love it so much. So yeah, that's where like I feel like my technique really came about. Yeah, my leaps, my jumps, my turns, all of that was, I mean, every day we're doing that. And so even though I don't feel like that's still my strongest suit compared to some other dancers, it's that's where I really honed in on that part. I'm more, my area of expertise is I think passion, actually. The passion in the movement and the feeling in the movement and the actual movements. When it comes to technique, like some girls might be able to do like 5-6 pirouettes. I could do like 3, you know, like that's it, that's all. But like if you know alsacons, like where you have one leg up and you're doing, I could do those for days on end. Those are fun. But just, you know, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I then went on to teach dance for many years. I taught ages between, gosh, even from 4 and 5 years old was probably the youngest, all the way through high school age. I taught lots of different places, I did these shoes, I tapped in these for years, teaching tap in these. I do love tap, but it's still not my favorite. Let's see, I'm just gonna grab the other shoe. Let's see, so about the time like I actually was in college while I was teaching everywhere, and I was, yeah, going back and forth from school to teaching to everywhere, and my degree was in linguistics. Interestingly, I never considered a degree in dance, and it's actually because the dance world is not super friendly. It wasn't at the time. I think it might be a bit better now, but there's a lot of like attitudes and like just, instead of just loving dance, it's like a lot of like trying to be the best, and it's kind of sad actually. I just had no interest in like actually being amongst other dancers all the time. That's so sad. Dancers aren't the individual friends with dancers, that's fine, but when you're in a group of dancers in a dance company, it can be not the best. It's just not, yeah, it just wasn't my jam. However, I decided to still take some classes at the university, the college I went to had a great dance program actually, and so I could still take classes even though it wasn't my like major, my degree. So I still got the opportunity to do that. And that was really fun. I feel like that really also brought my technique to another level and my performance to another level during that time. Even though I didn't perform, I was just in the classes, it's still like you do kind of perform in classes a bit with each other. You know, once you learn a routine or something, like you perform to the class, or like I remember one time we had to do a scene from West Side Story. So we were put into groups and we had to do a scene from West Side Story, and this was a Jazz 3 class. In fact, I did not think I would be able to keep up with a Jazz 3 class in college. I really didn't think I could, but I was able to, and it was great, and I loved it. But I just didn't imagine what it would be like going like from a company when I'm in high school age to college dancing, but yeah, I think I was intimidated, thinking I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But sure enough, so that was really encouraging. I remember leaving that class. It was a 3-hour class, a couple times a week, and it was a jazz class. And I remember the first few times, the first time I told the teacher, like, we were sitting down, and I was like, I just want to be up front with you, like, it's all of us, all the students, and I don't know, she's talking about our experience, etc. I was like, I want to be up front, like, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to keep up. I probably won't be able to, just FYI, I'm going to try. And then I remember, like, after the first few classes, during the break, I remember running through the halls to go to a drinking fountain, and I had, like, a huge smile on my face. I felt so encouraged. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm good at this, even in a college level. I was like, you know, you just don't know. You don't know, you know, so it's just like, wow, this is great. This is really fun. But I will say credit to my dance teacher, the person in charge of the dance company. She was awesome. I mean, she was on it. She taught so well. She took care of our bodies. It was a very professional company, and so I had more from that experience than I had realized, even, you know. P.S. You know what I'll do? I'll put a little video on Patreon of me tapping for you guys, just my feet tap dancing, just a little bit. I'll put it on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, there's always a link for it in the description box, but I put like special behind the scenes stuff and extra videos each month, like as like a thank you for being there with me and supporting me in that way on Patreon. It's like you get little rewards for the tier you're on, etc. You can check it out, but I will put that as like a behind the scenes, which everyone on Patreon gets to see all the behind the scenes, no matter what tier you're giving at, etc. But that really is, yeah, I'll put that. I'll try to remember to film after this. So yeah, that was my experience dancing in college. Actually, there's one really, my favorite story. Oh, the only people who know this story are those on Patreon, by the way. I've only shared this with people on Patreon before, so this is my first time ever sharing this on the main channel. But it was really special to me. When I was in one of the college classes, we had Justin Timberlake's choreographer come in to do like a mock audition class, because most of these people in the class are going to be professional dancers. That's why they're getting their degree in dance. They're going to be auditioning, all this stuff. That wasn't actually what I was planning on doing. I didn't want to audition, and I really didn't want to be in that world. I ended up, I'll share more as we go, but I ended up dancing a lot, but just didn't really want to be in that world. It's okay. I'm like comforting myself. It's okay. I just like, yeah, there's like two sides of dance, and in some ways I would have loved to have been able to do stuff like TV and performance shows. For example, Justin Timberlake in the Super Bowl, for example, the dances there, like, or a music video with Justin Timberlake, like that, like, but I just didn't like that world. Still don't. But I did find like a way to continue to dance in like a way that it wasn't that kind of atmosphere. Forgive me, it's probably changed now. I hope it's changed more, but I assume it has, because I don't know. It wasn't very great environment. Like, you say hi to someone, they just stare at you, like, hey. And they'll just like look at you with their arms crossed, like, I am going to be better than you. It's just like, that's so boring. Okay. So anyway, in the dance class, Justin Timberlake's choreographer comes in, and she teaches a routine to like help us learn how to do an audition, etc. She was an incredible dancer, incredible choreographer, Justin Timberlake, if you don't know him, in the US, most people will know Justin Timberlake. Actually, probably most people around the world, I guess, might know Justin Timberlake, but he's an incredible musician, singer, dancer. He's a great dancer too. I don't know if you guys know that. So I'm in this like audition class, and I think I kind of went last minute. I was like, well, this class is for people majoring in it and like trying to learn to audition. Like, I don't really care. I don't think I'm going to do that really, but this sounds really fun. It's Justin Timberlake's choreographer. So I went, and hilarious, you guys. I am terrible at learning choreography really quickly. Choreographers in classes teach at the speed of light. It's too fast. I don't know how people do that and still have fun. I mean, my brain, I have way too much anxiety and OCD. The amount of things that come into my mind in the middle of a dance class where they're trying to teach me quick, there's no way I'm going to catch all those moves. I'm terrible at that. So she's like teaching so fast, and I'm like, you know, I'm getting like a few things here and there. But because I love dance so much and I'm passionate and I'm hitting it hard, it's like, I didn't realize, because I'm looking around the class and like these are all like, they're killing it. Like they've got those moves, they've got the moves. But here's the thing that's lacking. This is what I mean by technique and passion. If you have a dancer who has great technique and great at picking up choreography, but you don't feel anything when they dance, it's a waste. It's not really, you know. And that, I think that's what happened in this class. People were so focused on auditioning. And I was just loving that this is a Justin Timberlake song. He's got incredible dance stuff. And I was doing terrible, honestly. I was dancing well, but I wasn't catching the moves quick enough. So I'm just like looking around trying to like hitting it once in a while really hard, and then just like fumbling for a while and then like getting it again. Anyway, I'm like, for sure, like thinking this is ridiculous. I'm sure Justin Timberlake's choreographer at the time, like she was probably thinking like, what, like you're not getting them. Anyway, she had this moment where she brought, this always happens in dance classes, okay? After you learn a routine, everyone goes and sits down, and she like gives you numbers, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1. All the ones come up and perform. Now all the twos come up and perform for the rest of the group, like that. So when it's time for my group, I went up and I did what I did as we were dancing the whole time. I got portions and portions I totally fumbled, and then I went and sat down. But then afterwards, she would say, who in that group, you know, shout the name of the person in that group or point to them or something. I think it was shout the name or point. I just said that. I don't know why I repeated myself. I can't remember. I'm trying to think what the teacher, I think it was, yeah, okay, now I remember what happened. We're supposed to say the name of the people. And you could hear people like, Michelle, Corey, da, 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 you know, just saying the names. And I'm just like looking around pointing at some people that I think did great in other groups. And then when it came to my turn, the choreographer, everyone's shouting names, and the choreographer's looking at me and pointing at me. You. And I'm like looking behind myself. What? Can't be pointing at me, right? So where are we pointing? And sure enough, she was pointing at me. She's like, you were great, amazing. So I'm like, okay. So what she wanted was all the people that got the name called or pointed at. In this case, that's what it was, because everyone was saying the name and she didn't know our name, so she just pointed at me. That's why I'm mixing up those things. So she says, I want all those people to go up now all together and perform. So these are the people that, you know, everyone really enjoyed the most, etc. So we go up, we perform. I do the same thing per usual. I get some, I lose some, I get some, I lose some. And I'm just having a great time. I don't know, I was honored that she thought I did good, and she pointed to me and told me to go. Okay. Then it ended, it ended, the class ended, and I went and I, you know, freshened up, whatever. And then, like, it's kind of really nice in dance classes to go and, like, thank a dance instructor who's come, or, like, in this case, she came as a part of this, like, college program to, like, help. You know, it's a big deal for her to, like, travel to be there to be a part of this mock audition, right? She's an incredibly well-known choreographer. So I just wanted to go thank her, and this was my moment, you guys. This was like really means a lot to me. I walked up to her. I simply was like, "Hey, thanks so much for the class." And she pulls me to the side, and I was like, "What's happening? What's going to happen?" And she goes, "I just want you to know, if that was a real audition, I would have chosen you." And I nearly fell over. I think my jaw dropped. I was like, "Come again? Wait, what? Why?" She's like, you were dancing, like you loved it. That's what people want to, you were killing it." And I'm like, "But I wasn't even catching the moves." So she said, "It doesn't matter, you'd catch them in, you know, tomorrow. Like, it's not like not every dancer gets it right away." And I'm one of those dancers that does not get it right away. But it's true that when I get choreography, it's no problem, but I don't catch it right immediately. So anyway, I was so honored. And I loved it. Like, you know, I went on to teach dance for years after that, right? And I get it, you know. I remember teaching a class specifically that had 2 girls. It was a private class with just 2 girls. They were friends. They signed up for a private class. One had like perfect technique, and she'd been dancing for a really long time. The other girl literally never danced before. Never. So she really didn't have any dance background, but she was enjoying the crap out of herself. She loved it. And it was true. I thought, I feel so sad. Here's this dancer who's so trained, but she's miserable. And this other little girl's never done it, and she's terrible, but she was so happy. My eyes went to her more. Anyway, yeah, so that's my favorite dance story. After that, I taught for a long time. Not that long. I did teach for different ages and groups, and performed in different groups. I actually coordinated a lot of dance performances and shows, created the shows, choreographed for the shows, yeah, lots of things like that. And then I actually got to teach. One of the special highlights for me was teaching when I lived in India. I taught there, and one of the subjects I taught was dance. That was the reason I went there initially, to teach. So I got to teach dance in India, and I got to learn Bhangra, and Bhangra is like kind of like the India of hip hop, the hip hop of India, I mean. And just over the years, I've gotten to learn. Now I'm in Egypt, and I've taken lots of belly dancing classes, so like learning different cultures, styles of dance. It's just really fun. And so now I just love to dance. I don't teach anymore. I found that teaching is really not my passion. I'll do it, but I really prefer, if I'm going to teach, I want it to be advanced dancers, so I can really choreograph something awesome. Because with little ones, it's like, it's cute, but you can't really like be super passionate and creative in your choreography as much as you can with professional dancers. So yeah, I realized I really just love dancing and performing, so I stick to those 2 now. I haven't performed for quite some time. Since I've been in Egypt, I don't think I've performed, although on the stage at my Zumba classes and my dance classes, sometimes I'll go up and just have fun up there on the stage. The instructor will just have me come, get to have a little fun performing. But besides that, I haven't gotten to perform for some time. But I still dance about 3 times a week, and I love it so much. I love salsa and Latin styles as well. Yeah, So I guess that's my dance history. I hope you guys enjoyed just a little storytelling, a little tap 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 on the tap shoes. It's a nice sound, isn't it? This is missing a screw here. Are these missing any? No, just this one. Okay, so I'm going to try and film something for you guys now and put it on Patreon. It will probably go up maybe a few days after this video though. So, yeah. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to my little story. Do any of you guys dance? If you do, will you tell me about the styles you do? Any of you love to watch dance? Any of you performed in any, I don't know, maybe some of you have been like on dance competition shows, anything like that? Okay guys, much love. Bye for now. Hey you guys. In this video, I am going to be scratching on lots of different fabrics, this shirt, a jacket, my hat, etc., as well as some tapping and scratching on a few pairs of shoes. I am using the new Yeti mic to get kind of more up close fabric sounds for you. And I've got the headset in just so I can hear what you are hearing. I'll do some skin scratching as well. So this is a white top that for some reason sounds so good. I filmed a video right before this and then I kind of just wanted to hear the sounds of scratching with the mic, and when I heard how great it sounded I just decided to do a whole video with clothing sounds and shoes. some trying, and together we will figure out hopefully the best position for the mic. But yeah, this is a new mic, so we shall figure it out together. This is a boot that I've only worn once, but I just recently got it. I have like messed up toes, essentially. I kicked my like baby toe like 6.5 years ago into a chair running after one of my littles, and to this day it still bothers me. So I actually have to wear specific kinds of shoes just to have support, so it doesn't bother me, essentially. I have found that this brand, Dr. Scholl's, is the best for me so far. And yeah, Dr. Scholl's actually has really cute boots and shoes like this, so this is Dr. Scholl's, believe it or not. And I get all my shoes from them now, except for my dance shoes. So I tried to order one pair of Dr. Scholl's boots while I was here, because my current black pair is getting like older, used, so I try to get a new pair once a year or so, because I wear them constantly. I like the brown tag in the back there, I think it's cute. These are like slip-on, so there's no zipper, you just slip on and off, which I like. I like the zippers too, they're simple. So it's like, you know, a faux leather booty, ankle boot. So I am currently trying to pack my bags and such, because I'm going on a small trip before leaving the US, and I need to be packed before I go. And I have quite a few shoes, because I've purchased a few here, and I had some that I left in the US that I did not bring with me to Egypt in the first place, and I want to bring them with me now that I'll be there longer term, so I have to pack a good amount of shoes. I'm planning to like fill them with shirts and socks and things, so there's no like empty space being wasted, because I've got to pack a lot into my suitcases. This is the scarf I was wearing. It's just a white scarf. It doesn't make a ton of sound, but I still really like fabric sounds so much, especially close up to the mic. I don't have a dryer in Egypt, and I'd say majority of people don't usually like line dry your clothes. So I'm going to like wash and dry lots of my stuff before I go, especially like athletic wear, dance wear, because when it doesn't dry, it doesn't go back to its like right size. It kind of just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I am going to make sure to dry lots of my activewear before I go. I remember when I lived
worse. It was hilarious. Like, you wash the clothes by literally beating them against like a rock with soap and water, and then when they dry, they just dry outside in the sun. So every time you get like your shirt back, it's just a tiny bit bigger. It's like a joke between us there. Like, your shirts just keep getting a little bit bigger. So, you know, at least this time things aren't getting like beaten against a rock and increasing in a size each time they're washed. Of course, in India there are also washing machines, etc. But when I lived there, definitely I lived in a village, small village, so we definitely did the rock beating style of clothes washing. This jacket was a gift from a friend of mine. Actually, two friends of mine. My friend who has the really beautiful long hair, her and her husband gave this to me because he had gotten this for her as a gift years ago, and the material's like, I don't know, she was a bit allergic to it or something on the inside. So she like couldn't wear it, but it's a really special, nice jacket. It's SpaceX and it's such good quality. So they gave it to me because they knew I'd use it a ton for dance class. I wear this jacket all the time. I always start with a warmer jacket on when I'm dancing, not always, but often, so that my body gets warmed up properly and I don't get injured. So I like to start with the jacket and then take that off when I'm too warm. So I use this constantly. It's also been really, really cold in the US. For me at least, I've been freezing. And so I've worn this all the time. I'll probably wear this in the plane again. It's so great for travel too. I like how the zipper goes all the way up the neck like that. There's like a pocket inside here. I didn't even realise I was filming this video, and there's one on this side too. Like an inner pocket. But the shirt, I feel like the shirt makes the best sounds for some reason. Okay, so this is another pair of shoes that I got while in the US. I get my shoes on Amazon. I get a pair of these once a year because I wear them to dance constantly, and they wear out quickly for me. And like I said, I have like issue with the toe that I have to kind of make sure I'm wearing really supportive shoes. So I always get, actually for probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've gotten a shoe that looks almost identical to this, just a black Nike that I can use for like different kinds of dance classes. I had worn them once when I filmed this, that's why there's a tiny bit of dirt there, but they're pretty much brand new. And these are something I'm willing to pay a bit more for because of how often I dance and how hard I dance. I really want the support, and so I think I usually pay between $50 and $100 for shoes like this. Maybe an average of 80, depending on it, like if there's a sale or not. And I think I paid about 80 this time. But they're so worth it to me. I don't remember the cost of those Dr. Scholl's boots, but typically you can get them for fairly decent price on Amazon. I've gotten all of my Dr. Scholl's from probably between $30 and $60 a piece. And again, I use them a lot. There's kind of this little piece in the back that's a really nice sound. This black part here. It's different from the rest of the material on the shoe. It's like kind of this plasticky sound, but not quite plastic, I don't know, it's interesting. Because this part's like more material. Even though it's black, it's kind of a material fabric sound. I might be doing a custom video before I leave of my tap shoes. One of you remembered that I have tap shoes and they're probably still in the US, so I'm hoping that there's a chance I'll get to do a video with tapping, scratching on the tap shoes for you guys, and maybe trying to do some form of ASMR with tapping, actually like tapping on the wood floor or something, I don't know. I have to work that out, but I'm excited for the possibility of that video. I love tap dance, I enjoy it very much. I think I taught tap for like 4 years. And it's really fun. You could do a lot with it. I did a lot of like, it sounds like it doesn't match, but it really does, like hip hop with tap. This is a hat I've been wearing like all the time in the US. You guys have probably seen this hat before, or at least the little tassels that kind of hang down when I'm filming videos, because I'm cold. I'm just always cold in the US. Except for like the really hot summer months, I tend to be so cold. It's just a little like kind of beanie. It's got these like flaps on the side. I wear it all the time in the house, and yeah, I was wearing this last night, and at one point I was like going to eat my lemon salad, so I like tied those little, I don't know, braided pieces. I tied those behind the hat, and someone said to me, so when you do that, does that mean you're getting warmer, and you can pull the flaps back now because you are getting a bit warmer? I said, oh no, absolutely not, I'm still freezing cold. I'm just tying the flaps back so I can eat my salad without them interfering. They thought for once I wasn't freezing and like I was letting my ears show. But no, still freezing, just needed to eat my So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed some of the fabric sounds and the shoe sounds. These are some of my favourite ASMR videos. Shoes are one of my favourites, and scratching on this kind of fabric, I love it. So I hope you enjoyed as well. I hope it was relaxing for you in some way, and I will now give you an emoji that you can put in the comment section if you've gotten to the end of the video with me. Let's go with the red clock emoji, that like kind of big, almost like alarm clock looking red clock. I think it is an alarm clock actually. And if you don't have emojis, you can just write alarm clock. Okay, thank you guys for everything. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now. Hey you guys. So today I will be tapping and scratching on lots of different shoes while I speak softly with you about the different shoes, kind of describing them, etc. So I just got these as a gift for Christmas. I asked for them on my wish list on Amazon. If you've watched my channel for some time, you know that I have injuries on my feet. I'm like different, anyway. And I'm a dancer, so it's like I have to have like really good support for my shoes. Yeah, I had injured my toe like 5 years ago, and it just gets like inflammation is like always an issue, and since I'm dancing on it a lot, I need just like to take good care of it. So I always use these Dr. Scholl's brand. They're really good, and they have really cute shoes, but they're really supportive and have really good like cushioning and such down here. So yeah, if you ever need cute supportive shoes, these are really good. I just go on Amazon, they have a lot of different options. So like each year I put a different shoe on my Christmas list. Some sandals, some boots. So it's a black faux leather. It's got kind of the stretchy piece here, and it's got a zipper on this side. P.S. for those of you who also watch my channel a lot, this is the first time I'm using nails that are not my real nails, and that's just because they were really short and I wanted them to be long for you guys. I had to cut them for a lot of reasons, and yeah, like that's just kind of like nails go through those seasons of really long, and then you have to cut them, they start breaking, etc. So I put these press-on nails for you guys so that you get better sounds. So it's got like, I don't know, 1.5 inch heel. I wear these like shoes like this all the time. I had some brown ones that just like I wore out, and so these will replace them. I'll just like wear them basically every day. I have another pair that I'll show you that I do wear as well. I wear these with jeans, dresses, shorts, skirts, everything.
the next shoe is a men's shoe. By Levi's. It is grey in colour, kind of like a charcoal grey, and it's got kind of a brown, nice brown in the back. It's stitched really nicely, and it's kind of designed with the stitches. Kind of has that like kind of cool pattern in the front there. I guess a friend of ours had gotten these, I don't know, and they didn't fit, so they passed them on to my husband to see if he'd like them, but I don't think they fit him. He tried them, they didn't fit properly, so we're gonna pass them on again to someone else. But they're brand new. It says comfort insole, anatomical design, high shock absorption, long lasting comfort, and it's something's removable. Obviously the insole is removable. It's got a rubber bottom to it. This is Levi's with the logo. It's just kind of in a darker tan colour on the bottom, the sole of the shoe, and then there's kind of a rim above the sole that is kind of a cream colour, and then again the charcoal with the different, kind of like a brown or tan stitching. There's also some indents, like dots along here, that kind of give it a cool design as well. Show you another boot. This is another one that I wear. I've got my hair in braids so you can see like the ends. Okay, so this is another boot that I wear. It's kind of a low ankle boot. Again, it's so cute, but this is actually Dr. Scholl's. Can you believe that? So yeah, you might as well get like really good support and have it still be cute. A lot of shoes are like super uncomfortable or just like not good for you in the cute, but I'd rather both if at all possible. Yeah, so it's got a bit of a design on the front, some texture. It is in a what would I call this? It's not like a moss, it's like a deep moss colour. It's like a green-grey situation going on here. And then it's got these cute, like, gold buttons kind of on the side of this back portion. Again, about a 1-inch heel. And the zipper on this side, just a short little zipper. I can't get it down. There it goes. So, yeah. These are really comfortable. With all of these boots and shoes that I've purchased, or actually this was a gift also, like I said, I put them once a year on my Christmas list. I got these last Christmas. But yeah, they're all really comfortable when you first wear them. Like, they don't like mess with your feet and like give you blisters and such when you first start wearing them. They're comfortable right off the bat. I like the angle of this on the ankle. It looks really cute. So I wear kind of like shorter socks that you can't quite see as well. Just like a little bit shows. Ankle socks with these. Yeah, so these have been worn quite a bit, you can see. Okay. Next, I have another tennis shoe. These are my husband's. These are by Skechers. It says Relaxed Fit Air Cooled Memory Foam. Mat Arch? I don't know what that is. They are black, kind of a matte black, and they've got grey lines on the side, kind of a stitched pattern here in a dark cream colour, and same kind of some like velcro-y type feeling pieces in black and tan to create like a design on the side. The back has kind of a gold piece here and two tan brown pieces to kind of accentuate this back portion, and again the matte colour and this kind of like textured portion. I like this shoe. Then it's got the kind of brown portion here. It's like a faux leather that says Skechers, and then the shoelaces are tan. I forget where we purchased these from. So this video is the closest I've ever gotten to filming a video like my absolute favourite ASMR video out there. It's a video by a channel called ASMR space Rest. I specifically say that because there's another channel with a similar name. Anyway, she doesn't make videos anymore, but she has a bunch that have been out for years. And it's a shoe tapping video, and she has, French tip nails like this, and it's like my favourite video of all time. I honestly have probably watched it 40 times. 40 times. Like, I fall asleep to it, of course, but whenever I'm like in a situation and like I'm like not quite falling asleep and an ASMR video is not working for me or whatever, that's like my go-to. It's like, well, that will work. So shoe tapping video by ASMR Rest. Okay, I'm going to show you a sandal. This is my sandal. I've probably had this a year, maybe. This is also Dr. Scholl's. It's really cute. It's got like this ankle piece that velcros. I like asymmetric things. It's kind of asymmetric. One portion is around your ankle and it's kind of like open on this side, but it's still really supportive. You'd be surprised. You don't feel like you have like nothing here. It's like holding tight. So this portion is matte, and this has got a texture to it, kind of a material. So I like wore these all summer long. So yeah, I think summer I wear these, and then my boots I still break out in the summer as well at times. The boots can be worn most seasons, honestly. Like I said, but these primarily summer, maybe spring. So yeah, and you can see that still it's Dr. Scholl's. Okay. This is a croc, and not a real croc. It's like a pretend fake one. But I just like the sound of it. We purchased these like for like outdoor, like just when you go outside for a second kind of thing. These are my husband's, just like when he needs to like take the trash out or something. They were like $3. They're really not, they're like just pure plastic. So we got two then. He has one that he's wearing, and this is one that's, when that wears out, he'll use. They're so reasonable that we just grabbed two. So they're black, obviously, and they have this portion here that kind of, you can wear it behind your heel to keep it from slipping off, or you can just pop them up so that they become slip-on shoes, and they're really easy to get on and off. Has this like textured portion on the inside that I'm scratching on. So these next shoes are more boots. You've seen these before if you've seen any of my shoe videos, but I'm going to show them again because I love the sounds that they make. These are not Dr. Scholl's. I purchased these before coming across the amazing world of Dr. Scholl's cute shoes. The way I injured my toe originally was not in some like great dancing way. I was running after a little one in my life. He was probably like 4, 5. I wasn't running after him. He was sitting on a couch, and I had to prop him up because he was probably 4 or 5 months old. I had to like stick him in the corner of the couch to like grab his bottle and then run back to him. And I didn't want him to fall. He was fine, but like I just didn't want him to fall. And so I wanted to go as fast as I could to protect him from, maybe he would wiggle and then who knows. So I'm like running back really fast to get to him, and I kicked my toe into a chair. Not great. And yeah, it hasn't been the same since. So it wasn't some like dancing injury where it's a good story to tell. I literally just kicked it running. I'm quite clumsy, honestly. I definitely sometimes move too fast for my own good. Okay, so this has like a 2-inch approximately heel. So this one I wear with certain skirts, and shorts and dresses that like you need kind of a higher heel for. They're not that comfortable, honestly. They're not uncomfortable, but like, yeah, like if you're walking for a long time, you're not going to want to be in these. Whereas all my other boots, I could wear them for hours upon hours, even though they have a bit of a heel. This one, not the same. It's also not Dr. Scholl, so it's just not as comfortable in my opinion. It's by Dolce Vita. I got these like maybe 4 years ago. Maybe, yeah, something like that. 3 or 4 years ago at Nordstrom's Rack. So I really do like them. They work perfectly with certain skirts that I have and dresses, and like I said, sometimes like a shorts that kind of work with it. But yeah, I can only wear them if I know I'm not going to be walking a lot. Otherwise, no thank you. No thanks. I also have another injury. I have a lot of injuries. This one is from dance, along my kind of like my hamstring on my right leg a little bit. And I do have to be careful sometimes in heels if it's sore. If I've been dancing a lot or something, then sometimes I have to be sensitive to it. So I'm actually wearing heels kind of, you know, it can irritate it a bit. So I wouldn't wear these if I had been, you know, feeling any discomfort from that. That was probably like 2 years ago, that injury. Are any of you dancers or like athletes that out there that just have like so many injuries, like so many things that like you just have to like take care of? I have shin splints from dance when I got that really young, just because the instructor didn't know we shouldn't be on certain floors. She wasn't trained enough, and yeah, so I have shin splints, and thankfully they don't act up very often because I know how to take care of them. But it's just like one of those things you just kind of always have, and you have to be aware of it. Okay, you guys, I think that's all the shoes. Did I get them? Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Typically at the end of my videos I bring up everything I've used, but the shoes are too bulky for that, so I won't do it today. Thank you guys. I hope that you are feeling relaxed, or that you are asleep. Hope to see you guys again soon. Bye for now. Hey you guys, I am so excited about this video because I have been trying for years to do a public ASMR tapping and scratching video in a shoe like purse shop, and I've never been able to in like a shop like this. One time I found one shop, but it wasn't like that great. It was like a kind of a corner shop in Egypt. But this is like in the mall. There was no music playing, and all the sales associates were fine with me filming. And usually there's loud music blasting, and if there isn't, I get told I can't film by the sales associates. So this is super exciting for me because I love the sound of shoes and purses, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is a shop called Glitter. And they've got all sorts of fun shoe designs. And of course, this is public ASMR in the mall, so there's going to be loud sounds in the background, people talking, etc. Let me know if you see a shoe that stands out to you, that you love. I'll let you know too if I see any shoes that I really particularly like. Glitter, these are kind of like a lace situation. Not lace, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of a cute design. This like, I like that like circle there, that little button kind of. They've got lots of like beaded flip-flops in the shop at the moment. It's a really hot summer in Egypt. So it's all flip-flops, sandals that are available in this shop at the moment. Love the sounds, the different textures and the beads and such. So you can see they've got like a variety of colours of this same style. They've got some fancier options here too. Some heels. That's kind of feels like a plastic. Super shiny, lots of texture. I don't really wear like flat sandals in this style, where like the kind of flap goes over the top like that. But it's fun to look at them and see. This one's got some nice texture. Most of the shoes do have like the same kind of look to them, just different designs and materials. NPR. I forget if I said this already, but I will link the no talking version of this below, by the way. I like the colours on this one. Not so much on this one or this one, but that first one. I like the colours. So far the designs aren't really my thing. What about you guys? Do any of these, like, do you just love them, or any of them your style? It's kind of fun. I like the big bow. Glitter. There's kind of a different style there. It's like a pointed toe and a closed toe. And we're back to the same style again. So, like I said, they do have some purses in here. So throughout the video, we'll do a bit of tapping and scratching on some bags and purses. These are some backpacks. Just could not believe that no one was interrupting me to be like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't film here. People are always like really nice about it. But I don't even try to film in shoe stores anymore because I know they will say something, so I just don't. So this time without the music, I thought I'm going to give it a shot. And it made me so happy. And I had these long nails on too. Oh. I love shoes and purse tapping videos. So this for me is like just the best. I love it. Oh, that little bow is kind of cute on the front there. What are these called? Like loafers, I think? I actually ended up purchasing some flip-flops that I'll show you in a moment, and they were like equivalent to $4 US, which is super cheap for up here in Egypt. Clothing and shoes are actually quite expensive in Egypt. Especially like in malls, at stores where the items are imported, so the cost is a bit higher. This one's got sequins. They've got like some random like bathing suits and cover-ups and such as well. Lots of flamingos, butterflies. Do you guys hear the call to prayer in the background? If you listen, you'll hear the call to prayer, which happens 5 times every day in Egypt. And it's when all the local mosques basically call everyone to prayer. There's a man called an imam that will call everyone for the time of prayer. And so even when you're in the mall or something like that, in shops, often music will stop and the call to prayer will start. And that could actually be why the music wasn't playing for some time before it started. Sometimes the music, I've noticed, in malls will stop, and then 10 minutes later the call to prayer will start, and the prayer will happen, and then again 10-20 minutes later the music will turn back on. So it could be why we were able to I'm just showing you the zipper on my finger, and would you see that there's a zipper on my fingernail and on that bag, and they look like the same. So quite a few options for purses in here as well. That's a nice sound. I had a friend in the US that I used to like ask to use her bags for videos, because she bought like fancy bags, and I did videos with them sometimes. So I miss being able to do videos with her purses. Zipper here. So yeah, a few bathing suits. Some cover-ups. Some skirts you can wear over the bathing suits. More cover-ups and suits. Bathing suits tend to be extraordinarily expensive. They're expensive in the US to me, and in here as well. This is kind of reminding me a little bit of like a Target tap through in the purse sections. I miss that. When I visited the US last time, there was music playing in our Target, the one that I used to film in a lot because they never had music. But when I visited, they had music and I was sad. It's a cute purse. So here's some different styles down here. Kind of strappy sandals that are a bit more fancy. Got some different colours. These are funny, I love it. Look at the bottom, can you see through them? There's like a design in there. Look at that. Ooh la la, I love it. I want to buy these just for ASMR. Nice simple black bag. It's a bit fancier black option. These are tiny little purses. More fancy options, like a short little heel on them. My favorite type of like fancy shoe is a shoe with a heel, maybe, I don't know, not small and not super long, but. And then I really love when there's a band that goes around your ankle. That for some reason for me is very flattering on me, and I love that. So I always go for like a medium heel, I guess you could say. These are kind of short and stumpy heels. I mean like a double the height of that and like thinner, you know, like the not like the sticks that you have to stand on, but thinner than those were. And then the wrap around the ankle, I love that. I've got some black heels like that at the moment. In fact, they are the only heels that I own here in Egypt. And I have only used them for ASMR at this point, I think. I haven't had any like super fancy outings where I could wear them. Oh, those are like bright colours. Ooh, the texture on this. So nice. So this is the flip-flop section. These shoes are like really thick, sturdy, really nice, and they're like 400 Egyptian pounds, which is about, 200 Egyptian pounds, which is about $2 US. This is the pair that I purchased, the flamingo print there, and I've used them in a few videos, and I'm wearing them as well now. I go through flip-flops quite a bit because I like wearing flip-flops in the house, in the shower, in the gym shower, so I have like lots of pairs for different places. to give it a bit more of a scratch. Some more flip-flops, lots of flamingo designs because of summer. There's someone restocking next to us, sorry about that. Puzzle is the brand here. Lots of like playful, fun designs. I don't know if we have glitter in the US or if maybe it's a European brand. I've never seen it in the US. Okay, you guys, we did it. We tapped through a shoe and purse store. I'm so excited about this video and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Bye for now.